The theme of our sharing today is following the vision to accomplish God's call. Following the vision to accomplish God's call. The truth of our calling is dependent upon God's direction, no matter what we feel like doing as the people of God. We can be fire preachers, and we can have all the resources that we want to have for the means of God. If it's not time for us to do so, God will intervene and stop us not doing it. The beauty of God is that if He says no, He don't give us reasons why we should not do it, because it's not the time. Our reading, the first reading, from the Acts of the Apostle. Paul was preparing to preach in the region of Asia, the province of Asia, but he was held back not to preach at that time. God did not give him a reason. It was until in verse 9, where we have just read, that during the night, Paul had a vision of a man of Macedonia standing and begging him, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." This is what we are going to share this morning. In our tradition and different cultures, when one is asking for something or is begging for something, he has to kneel or squat or show a steady position of respect. And that is the custom. But here, we are seeing this man from Macedonia in the vision. He is begging, asking Paul, not kneeling or squatting, but he is standing and begging, asking Paul to come over to Macedonia and help them. If you are hungry, you are poor, you have to show some humility. But here is a different case. What is it we are going to learn from this passage? Standing while begging, it shows readiness. We are ready. Paul is seeing himself as being ready. He has to move fast to help the Macedonians. It does not need one to kneel so that he be helped, but the readiness that one has. In the vision, we are seeing Paul having this man asking him to come to Macedonia and help them. The goodness with Paul, he shared the vision with his friends. And at the same time, his friends who were with him, they interpreted the vision and got ready at once to leave for Macedonia. Hence, standing and begging. There's no time to waste. They have to move on. They have to be fast. So we as Christians, we are called to be alert. We need not to waste time when our time comes. The custom is there just to help us to be human beings. But when there is a need, the protocols are broken so that we save the lives of people. The Macedonians are the type of people who are living in poverty, but they need our help. The protocols are there, but sometimes they are broken if you are to save the lives of people. God is calling us today to see where our Macedonian people are. It could be your neighbor. It could be within ourselves or out there. Do we need them to kneel? Do we need them to squat? But at least there must be a sign, a posture that shows respect. The beauty with this passage is that all those who were with Paul, when Paul shared the vision, they all concluded that God has called us to preach the gospel to them. If one has got a vision, do we share with our friends? Do we have our friends who can conclude that God indeed has called us to preach to the Macedonians? Macedonians are the people we live with. They need our help. If we read 2 Corinthians chapter 8, the following verses, we will understand and hear that when the Macedonians were preached to, they became a strong church. They were able to give more than their means, beyond their means. So if we understand the gospel and we go out there, we will make other people to be able Christians, able people who will be able to do beyond what we can imagine. When we want to help people, we can break other protocols. Standing and begging does not mean the one is not respecting us, but there is an urgent need. We must always be on the move. We have to move fast. That's why this man in the vision, he did not waste time to kneel, but he just asked Paul, come and help us. It's a call to all of us. Come and help us. Amen.